Hey everyone, what's the crack? Lawrence here with the GSI entry level for them, probably the nicest wheel that many of us have ever seen, the X-29 from GSI. This is an interesting one, there's a story behind it. Let's do this. So I say there's a story behind it. This wheel was not sent to me by GSI for review. I also did not buy it. I won this. So we were doing a charity stream for Make-A-Wish a couple of months ago, back in March, and our stream, so Jaxer and I were teaming up, we managed to raise the most out of all the streamers. So as a result, Gomez, GSI gave us some hoodies and t-shirts, and this was my prize. Jaxer got another one. He got a slightly nicer one, but I've already reviewed some GSI stuff. So I said, Jaxer, you have that one. I'm very curious about this one because entry level is so subjective, right? Even just the packaging is gorgeous, but entry level for a company like GSI is already high end. Think SimiCube, think, you know, the really high end brands. This is like the most basic steering wheel that GSI does. But I mean, even just that packaging is lovely. It's so tidy, it's beautiful, it's very, very nice. The inside is all branded and everything. It just looks nice. Bit of foam on here and we're straight into it. Really nice little GSI sticker here. Let's put that off to the side. And here we go. This is my first time ever actually holding one of these. That is surprisingly relatively light, considering there's a bit to it. We only have 2 shifters on it. You can install clutch paddles as well. The shifters are relatively high on it, so if you have a low grip, yeah, you can still grab those shifters. But that's one thing to be aware of. Those shifters are quite high. We have no quick release on here. We'll have to supply one of those ourselves. And we've got our USB connectivity there. On the front, we've got pre-applied, they're not stickers, they're kind of on the buttons already. GSI has lovely backlighting. I reviewed the Max 32, beautiful steering wheel. It's got many components from the Max 32. These have push down as well, which you generally don't see on a product line that's entry level. Again, I say entry level, we're talking, this is in its current spec, this is like a €650 steering wheel. So it's like $650 or so. So it's not cheap. It really is not cheap, but it's GSI. A lot of their design, look at the shifters and stuff, a lot of their design is inspired by watchmaking and just craftsmanship. They don't really, even though I guess they mass produce at this stage, but everything is hand built and meticulously checked. And they are making several hundred steering wheels a day now just due to their success. But they build in a lot of quality along the way, if that makes sense. And as a result, they just can't get that price point super, super low. But people do appreciate that, you know, these things are, they're based in the USA, which is a huge, huge thing. The USA market absolutely loves GSI just because they are one of their homegrown heroes. Relatively simple from a layout point of view. It's got 5 buttons, which is plenty. You've got your rotary encoders here and your 2 7-way hats. There was a time 5 years ago when I started reviewing, if you got 1 7-way hat, you were high end. 2 7-way hats was overkill in people's opinion. Now we've got people's entry-level products. And we not just GSI, we see €300 products with 2 7-way hats, which is amazing to see. It really, above all, gives us choice. Having lots of buttons gives us choice, and for different cars, we might map different things. Like a button, like a visor tear off, we may not use it in some cars, we use it in others. Pit limiters, we may not use in some sims, other sims. So having the ability to put buttons where you want them is the main reason we have so many buttons on these. I'm familiar with the shifters. I'm somewhat familiar with the grips. They feel quite familiar. They have a nice shape. It's a good shape. I'll have to see when we drive it. When I drive it, they're definitely better than a lot of other devices, but they're not exactly blowing me away either. That they are very ergonomic, very, very good. It's just people have different hand sizes, so some people will pick this up and say, oh my god, that's perfect. For me, I'd like slightly, just a little bit more curvature at the back maybe. That it's too early to say. I haven't even used it. Maybe I shouldn't even have said that, because I don't want you guys making decisions off that. The grips are definitely a solid 9 out of 10, and if not more than that. So I'm just trying to really, we're dealing with one of the best, one of the most renowned, one of the most well-respected manufacturers. If I see flaws, I need to kind of point those out. Maybe at times I take for granted that we already have a certain expectation of excellence, and this does definitely meet that brief. The excellence, it's really, really nice. So here we are in the rig. I've been using this for quite a while now, guys, and it's, I don't know, I'll save a lot of it for the summary. I think there are some things that are instantly things that you just need to kind of think about. There are no rev gauges, there are no flag indicators, there are no clutch paddles on this particular model. You can spec those. There are no buttons on the back, there are no third paddles. We are in high-end kind of pricing with this already. I know they started at like about €600 before taxes and stuff, but it adds up quite quickly. The grips are a beautiful material, as I said, and I haven't had issue with them over time. I do wish, as I said earlier, I wish they were a little bit, just the shape was a little bit better of those grips. But everybody's hand sizes are different, as I say. There are no thumb encoders, but we do have these 5-way rotaries on the front. So what that means is you can have your traditional left and right. You can have push down functionality. We can also push down and go left and right, and it's actually a separate input. That is really cool behavior that I'd love to see on absolutely every single steering wheel. So that's cool. And other than that, you don't, well, I don't, even not being in VR, I don't miss the rev LEDs so much. I think at this price point, I'd like to have it. We have to bear in mind that we're close to the price point of the Asetek Forte Pro steering wheel, which is, you know, that has a hell of a lot more functionality than this, even though this is a higher quality product. You know, arguably it's a lot better quality than that. There are shortcuts with that one, but from a user point of view, what do you want? Do you want the functionality or do you want the quality? That is up to you to decide. I'm going to take it for a drive because I really want to show you the profiles. I've got a Daniel Newman Racing profile set up here. I want to show you how this behaves in game and how these react and how you can make up for the lack of those LEDs and stuff. So join me on track. So here we go, let's do this. Keep an eye on the LEDs as well. I don't have clutch paddles, of course, they are an option. So we can see I've set it up to the red line. So we can see the LEDs flashing on red line. I'm going to have to push here because it's only a couple of minutes of a race. Might sneak up the inside here. Oh, it's very, very tightly bunched. Yellow flag up ahead. Green flag again. Again, you guys could see that on the steering wheel. So it's a great example. Can I go left? There's no space. Oh no! I'm after binning someone. It's okay. It's okay. It's only AI. It's just AI. It's fine. I would never do this to any of you in real life. Oh! I thought about it. Oh, this is silly amounts of fun. I kind of want to cause some flags and activate these LEDs. Ooh, that was close. He did back out, but I was too committed to the corner to even look in the mirror. What position am I in? Brings me up to P. He's right beside me. P12, oh, P11 I think. No, P12. Oh, he's going again. Oh, no, no, no. All right, let's catch this pack. Let's see how far we can get. I think we only have one lap after this. Let's go. But the grips of the steering wheel, I'm forgetting to talk about the steering wheel. The grips of the steering wheel are nice. As I said, the shape is just slightly different to how I like them, you know, how I love them, but the material is very good and it's not very sticky. So you can tell it's a very high quality, well thought out grip material. And I've tried to put a lot of wear on it. I've used gloves and all that. I've not had any issues. Thought he might back out. AI are easily influenced. But you can see how that Daniel Newman Racing profile is making a big difference. Right, I'll get them into turn one here. Don't go too defensive. That's another position. Can I get another one here? Oh, oh! Had to back out there. It was a 0x. If you no longer go for a gap, it's a fun little challenge. Just do like a 5-minute race and see how far up the grid you can get. It's always great for trying moves and driving with a bit of urgency. Oh! Nearly ended both of our race. I would never drive like this on a public server, guys. Ever. I swear. Oh! That's... Had to slow down a lot there. Can I dive up here? Yes, I can. Alright, let's do this. Steering wheel is flawless though. I absolutely love it. And I will go through a little bit more in the... Oh, last lap. Right, it's all or nothing here, guys. Well, don't know about all. Oh, I had to tuck that nose in there. That car had no clue I was there. Around the outside here. How many more positions can we get? Good drive out of there. Up the inside. Get a bit of slipstream. It's still on my left. It backed out. Sliding the car around like a skippy. Really shouldn't be doing that. Can we get one more position? The yellow car is P1, but can we get a position to the line here? Oh! Oh! Nearly! Oh, did I just nick it? No, I didn't. P3. Anyway, that was a bit of fun. Not really relevant to the video, but look, it was a bit of fun. You could see all the flags and stuff, so... Let's go to the summary. So, all in all, guys, the steering wheel, a little bit expensive. The grips could be better. The shifters could be lower. You don't have thumb rotaries, but the rotaries on the middle more than make up for that. The 7-way hats are excellent. The build quality is just second to none, guys. There's no flex or rattle or anything in any of this. The USB cable didn't give me any issues at all. I usually don't like a USB cable, but if I was using Ace Tech or any of those that allow for an inbuilt QR, an inbuilt USB pass-through, that's exactly what I would be doing if I was on Ace-A-Tech or the likes. There's no SimiCube wireless, so that is something to consider. You are, you're stuck with that cable. But again, the cable is just very good. It's long enough, and it doesn't really. It has loads of coil on it, so even when you lock the steering wheel, you don't ever feel any of that flex. Even if you go lock to lock and if you've more than 540 degrees. So that's all really good. Things to note with the QR, if you are installing a QR, and my Conspit QR is a little bit tight there, but if you are installing a QR, it needs to be one that can bolt into the casing from the back, because you can't get at it from the front. So that's just something to note as well. As I say, the lighting profiles are really, really nice. You're, I would say check those out if that's enough for you. As a VR wheel, it's absolutely excellent as well. This is up there with like the likes of the F-Core, Asher, the Asher McLaren, what's there? Oh, I can't think of the name of it right now on the spot here. It's kind of in that range. It's not cheap. It starts at around €600 for the very base model, which is the one that we have here. Then you have to buy that flange and you have to install whatever quick release you have. So it's very easy to spec this up to like €900, €1,000. So just be aware of that. But do I love it? Yes, I do. If anybody uses this and this is your first experience of a high-end steering wheel, this is absolutely incredible. You will be convinced. There's a reason people are so hardcore about GSI. If you look at the comments below here, I bet you there are going to be GSI owners that don't even own this wheel that just love GSI, and they're going to tell you how much they love GSI. And there is good reason for that. They have no incentive to do that other than showing off, I guess, the fact that they're part of a very strong community. GSI has a very strong community, and they're just great products. They're just really good products, super high quality. I have no worries about it whatsoever. So that's it for me, guys. That is my look at the X-29 here. If you have any more questions, I stream every Tuesday and Thursday at 9 PM UK and Irish time. Come and join me, have a bit of fun on stream. I'm Lawrence. I'll chat to you later.